From the very beginning, Indian Muslim leaders like Muhammad Ali Jawahar, Allama Iqbal, Dr. Ansari, and so many people were interacting with Palestine in the 1920s, 1930s, 1940s. And the Palestinian people were so impressed with the Indian leadership that was taking their issues worldwide and speaking about it and interacting with them, going to Jerusalem to take part in their conferences. That when Muhammad Ali Jawahar died in London, they insisted that he must be brought to Jerusalem and be buried there. He is now buried in the precinct of Aqsa Mosque. In the Aqsa Mosque. I mean, this honor was not given to anybody else in the world. So our interaction with the issue of Palestine is very old, and before the independence of India, we know how Jawaharlal Nehru or how Mahatma Gandhi reacted to Palestine. Jews came to Mahatma Gandhi seeking his support for the for the Judaization of Palestine, and he said, it's very common and people know it very well, and there is no harm in repeating it. He said that Palestine belongs to the Palestinians, to the Arab, just as England belongs to the English and France belongs to the French. It's so clear. There was no ambiguity. After independence, when Palestine was converted into Israel the next year, or the very next year, we became independent in August 1947. And the Jews declared unilaterally their state in May 1948. At that time, India refused to acknowledge it, refused to accept it, refused to recognize it. And in 1952 only, India recognized Israel as de facto. De facto means it exists, yes, but we did not consider it as a de jure entity. So this continued, and India allowed them to open a consulate only in Bombay, not in Delhi. And that continued until 1992, when Oslo Accords were almost signed. They were signed in 1993. At that time, India recognized Israel. That now the Palestinian issue has been solved, and now the Palestinians have accepted Israel, so we should also do the same. And then only the Israelis were able to open their embassy in Delhi. So we cannot say that whatever is happening, whatever is the Indian states stand towards Palestine and towards Israel is the same as has been. So it's very long history. I mean, these people came in 2014 only. Before that, we were steadfastly standing with the Palestinians. Yasser Arafat used to come here, and he was always welcomed by Mrs. Gandhi, Indira Gandhi, and he used to call Indira Gandhi as my sister, and so on. So India built the Palestinian embassy in Delhi. The land was given free to the Palestinians. It is a grant from the Indian people, and the building was also built by the Indian state. I mean, the whole thing, land and structure, is Indian gift to the Palestinians. So you cannot say that India was not with Palestine. It is only a recent phenomenon after the emergence of, the success of the Hindutva project and getting their man installed here in 1914. Earlier, yes, BJP ruled India, but earlier it was tackled with the coalition. In the coalition, there were leftist people and other people, centrist people. They did not allow India to go the long walk to have good relations with Israel. But after 14, only when BJP came on its own, and his prime minister became prime minister on his own. He does not need any support from any other party. So they started speaking this language, and I don't think that this is the language of the Indian people. Still, there are so many people. You can see every day when the demonstration that you just mentioned, not only demonstrations by Muslims, there are so many other people also. Hey, Jantar you go, and maybe more than half of the people will be non-Muslims. They are also concerned. Whenever people from here go to Palestine, to Gaza earlier, not these days, always they used to be something like half of them or more than half of them non-Muslims. So it is Palestine is not only an Islamic issue. Yes, it is an Islamic issue because Palestinians are Muslim and they are persecuted because they are Muslims. But it is also a humanitarian issue. It is also a human rights issue. It is also a colonial issue, post-colonial issue. The Israeli project is actually a settler colonial issue. Settler colonialism has succeeded in some areas, including Palestine, where in the place of Palestinians they were driven away, they were killed, and their lands were taken away from them, and Israel emerged. So you can look at the Palestinian issue from many angles, the way you want to see it. Even I think Christians, there are so many Christians in the world who are sympathetic to the Palestinians because know that a great wrong has been done to them. So it is at one time. A person can be a son, a person can be a father, a person can be a grandfather. So one human being can have many existences in this world. Likewise, Palestine is an Islamic issue, is a human rights issue, it is an Arab issue, and so on. I mean, the way you like to look at it, but it is basically an issue of dispossessment of a people from its land. And it's going on from 1947 to this day, 48, to this day. I mean, it started, I mean, just to mention that the issue did not start on 7th October 1923. Actually, it started in 1918 when Britain took over after having issued the Balfour Declaration earlier in 1917. Then they started Judaizing Palestine, giving free land to them, letting them settle there and take over their land. And whatever was left at that time, 1948, when the Jews declared unilaterally their state in Palestine, Arab states, Egypt, Jordan, Syria, Iraq intervened, but not wholeheartedly actually, and they could retrieve only what is now West Bank of the River Jordan and Gaza. Gaza was taken over by the Egyptians and West Bank was taken over by the Jordanians. This remained with them until 1967. In 1967, the Jews, or rather the Israelis, attacked these areas and took over not only these areas but also other areas like Sinai Peninsula and like the Golan Heights, they took over. Later Golan Heights and Sinai was liberated by Syria and by Egypt. Golan Heights partially only, not all of it. Part of it is still occupied by Israel. But this became, Gaza became Israeli occupied and West Bank also became Israeli occupied. So since then, the problem with the Palestinian is that they don't have any state. This is the crux of the problem, that they don't have a state and therefore they don't have a voice in the United Nations. They cannot go to the international court. The only state states can go. So this has been their problem right from 1948. And they are like stateless people. Now whatever is the Palestinian Authority, it is actually not a state. It is only a kind of municipality. It is not recognized by the world. I mean, right now, it is not a full member of the United Nations. It is, yes, a member of some international organization, but not a full member like India is, or like Pakistan is, or like even Burma is. So many countries, right now, something like 200 countries are full-fledged members of the United Nations, and therefore they are present everywhere in all its forums, and also they can go to the international court. But Palestine did not have this. There was a lot of pressure on Israel to settle this problem, and that's how they agreed on Oslo Accords. That was by the intervention of Norway. So many, maybe 2-3 years of negotiations went on, and Oslo Accords were signed, and the Palestinians were fooled. Actually, they did not have that expertise to understand the intricacies of what they were signing. They signed Oslo Accord, and it said that within 5 years, the Palestinian state, that is full-fledged Palestinian state, will emerge. But now, in 1993, and now we are in 2025, there is no Palestinian state. What you have is a Palestinian Authority, which is a municipality. Like Delhi municipality has no power, no army, no very small police force. So the Israelis, in fact, fooled them to sign away and accept Israel, while Israelis kept the bargaining chips with them. Only if Israel says yes, they can become a state. Only if Israel says it can have rights, and it can have borders, and it can have all these things. Right now, Israel has all the authority and all the power, all the international presence which is available to any state, while Palestinians don't have anything. This is the problem which Israel has been exploiting, and Oslo Accords were taken by giving some good expectation to the Palestinians that you will get this and this. But in the return they did not get anything. What the Israelis got, that using Oslo, they got the recognition of all the states in the world. Most of the states, I think in 1993, something like 40 states were recognizing Israel. And after 1993, after Oslo, they fooled all the world. The Palestinian issue has been solved and there is no need for you to boycott us. Now you recognize us. So India also was fooled like this. And India recognized Israel while there is no Palestinian state. They were told that now everything has been settled. Now there will be a Palestinian state. Palestinians will have their rights. So this is the crux of the problem. And what happened on 23rd of October 1993, from Hamas and from some smaller militant organization like Al-Islami, they actually wanted to remind the world, remind Israel, the Palestinian issue is unsolved. Solve it. That was a crime of a person who has been wrong so many years. It was not something like some attack on Israel. They know Hamas or Jihad Islamic cannot take over Israel. Israel is a very big state. Israel, until now they used to say, I don't think there is a situation now, they used to say that we are the 5th largest army in the world. And Americans, especially Americans, other Europeans also, they have made it sure that Israel can withstand, can face the aggression of all the Arab states. When if all the Arab states attacked Israel, Israel will still be able to repulse them and emerge victorious. This is how the kind of air force and the kind of equipment they had, the kind of rockets and this and that, all that, they were equal to all the Arab states' strength. So there is, even Hamas knows this, and Gaza knows this. So what happened on 23rd October was in fact an attempt to jolt them, do something, give us our. There was a total Israeli blockade on Gaza from 2006. So what they did was just jolting Israel and the world that you should do something for us. It was not something like an invasion of Israel. They cannot do it. They don't have. At the best, they had at that time 40,000 people, armed people Hamas had. So 40,000 people cannot take over Israel. Israel itself has something like 2 or 3 lakh army, big army, big, has all the latest gadgets in the world. You have seen it, how they got to the Hezbollah, 64,000 people killed using technology, and how they killed the Haniya using technology. So Israel is very much advanced in that effort. Hamas knew this, but Hamas and the Islamic, which is a smaller organization, I think they did not anticipate that Israel will be so vicious. If they had attacked, earlier also, you could also attack them. Yes, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, and then it stops. Not for 2 years. In fact, what is happening is that Israel has, and of course America is with them, totally. There is no question that America does not know, or America is not in the loop. No, America is fully in the loop, and what Israel is doing has the full American support. Now they want to implement their older plans. Greater Israel, full, all of Palestine to be converted into Jewish land. They don't want Palestinians in Gaza, they don't want Palestinians in West Bank, go away. Maybe at this time, due to the international pressure, there's a lot of pressure internationally. South America, Africa, most of Asia are now against Israel. There is a lot of exposure that Hamas will accept this. I think if Israel was not so vicious, now Israel has deprived and not only destroyed everything in the infrastructure, the roads, the hospitals, universities, mosques, churches, whatever you think has been destroyed in Gaza, still they are fighting. But Israel has used water and used as food and as weapon. It has weaponized water and food. And now, if Hamas is going to accept it, it has accepted. I think last night they accepted it. It is because of the miseries to which the Palestinian people, the ordinary people, have been subjected. Now people are dying due to malnutrition, children are dying, there are no medicines in the hospitals. Most of the hospitals have also been attacked. If Hamas is accepting this proposal, which is more like a surrender actually, but they have no other way. They are blockaded from all sides. No food is coming, no water is coming, no weapon of course is coming, nothing. Maybe there is a little support from Yemen, yes, but otherwise there is no support. So if they have accepted it, with some conditions of course, they have not accepted it full or not accepted in full from program, the plan. They have said that they will not accept certain things like disarming Hamas or like putting their international government, they have not accepted it. They are not only a Palestinian government. So they have also accepted it only in part, not in full, but they have accepted it. This is the question. And the thing is that whatever Mr. Trump presented was not a full-fledged plan. These are just ideas, and ideas are open to discussion and to negotiations. So I think negotiations will go on, but at least there will be some relief for the Palestinian people in Gaza who are being starved, who are not getting food, not getting medicines, not, even most of their houses, I think something like over 80% of houses of buildings have been destroyed. So if they have accepted the plan, which is actually a settlement plan, they have accepted it only because of the miseries that the Palestinian people are facing, not because Hamas is so big that it has to surrender, but only because of the daily problem that Palestinians are facing in Gaza. So it is a situation, I think we have not seen the last of it. In the future, we will see that Palestinian people, Hamas or without Hamas, will rise again and they will fight again for their rights. And one good thing is that now the world is with them. The majority of the world is with them, and the myth of the Zionist trial by the international court. Israel, so many countries, especially in Eastern, South America, have severe relations with Israel. Colombia just 2 days ago has expelled all the Israeli diplomats from there. So this is something new. Many European countries, I think 14 countries have now recognized Palestine as a state. So a lot of things have also changed because of the suffering of the Palestinian people. So it is actually a mixed bag. They had suffering and also there were things.
It's really important to go through their history and also put Hamas in perspective. We will shortly open up the floor for questions. I also want to add that yes, I agree with you. India has